In the dim light of history, the figure of Qin Shi Huang emerges as a titan, a man whose ambitions reshaped the very fabric of ancient China. Born in 259 BCE in the state of Qin, he was the son of King Zhuangxiang, and his life was destined to be one of monumental significance. The early years of his life were marked by turmoil and uncertainty, as the Warring States period engulfed the land in chaos. It was a time when 7 states vied for supremacy, each seeking to expand its territory and influence. The young prince, however, was not merely a passive observer. He was imbued with a fierce determination to unify the fractured states into a single, cohesive empire. Upon ascending to the throne at the tender age of 13 after his father's death, Qin Shi Huang was thrust into a world of political intrigue and military strife. His youth did not deter him. Rather, it ignited a relentless drive to consolidate power. With the guidance of his loyal advisor, Li Si, and the formidable general Wang Jian, he set forth on a campaign to conquer the other states. Over the course of a decade, through a combination of strategic brilliance, ruthless tactics, and sheer force, Qin Shi Huang succeeded in unifying China in 221 BCE, marking the end of the Warring States period. The unification of China was not merely a military triumph, it was a profound transformation of the political landscape. Qin Shi Huang established a centralized government, abolishing the feudal system that had allowed local lords to wield significant power. Instead, he divided the newly formed empire into administrative districts governed by officials appointed by the central authority, thus ensuring loyalty to the emperor rather than to regional rulers. This move laid the groundwork for a bureaucratic system that would endure for centuries, influencing the governance of China long after his reign. However, the emperor's vision extended beyond mere governance. He sought to create a unified culture, one that transcended regional differences. To achieve this, he implemented sweeping reforms, standardizing measurements, currencies, and even the script used for writing. This standardization was revolutionary. It facilitated trade, communication, and a sense of shared identity among the diverse peoples of his empire. The Great Seal script, which he mandated, became the foundation for modern Chinese characters, a legacy that still resonates in contemporary society. But the most monumental achievement of Qin Shi Huang's reign was the construction of the Great Wall of China. The wall was not a singular structure, rather it was a series of fortifications built over centuries. But it was during his reign that these disparate walls were connected and expanded into a cohesive barrier against invasions from nomadic tribes in the north. The emperor understood that the security of his empire depended on protecting its borders, and he mobilized hundreds of thousands of laborers, soldiers, and convicts to undertake this colossal project. The wall, stretching thousands of miles, became a symbol of strength and resilience, a testament to human endeavor against the forces of nature and man. Yet the construction of the Great Wall came at a tremendous cost. The laborers faced grueling conditions, working under the watchful eyes of strict overseers. Many perished from exhaustion, harsh weather, and the perilous environment. The emperor's desire for security and grandeur often overshadowed the human cost of his projects, leading to widespread discontent among the populace. While the wall served its purpose of deterring invasions, it also became a symbol of the emperor's tyranny and the burdens imposed on the common people. As Qin Shi Huang consolidated his power, he also sought to eliminate dissent and unify thought. His regime was marked by a series of brutal campaigns against intellectuals and scholars who opposed his vision. In 213 BCE, he ordered the infamous book burnings, targeting texts that contradicted his ideology or glorified the past dynasties. This act of cultural suppression aimed to eradicate the old ways and establish a new order that aligned with his centralized authority. Scholars who resisted were often executed or exiled, creating an atmosphere of fear and compliance. Despite these oppressive measures, Qin Shi Huang's reign was not devoid of progress. Under his rule, infrastructure flourished. The construction of roads and canals facilitated trade and communication across the vast empire, enhancing economic prosperity. The emperor understood that a strong economy was vital for the stability of his rule, and he invested heavily in public works that would benefit the state. These initiatives not only improved the lives of many, but also solidified his control over the empire, allowing for swift movement of troops and resources. However, the very foundations of Qin Shi Huang's empire were precarious. His obsession with immortality and the quest for eternal life led him to seek out alchemists and magicians who promised him the secrets of longevity. In his fervor, he consumed elixirs that were often toxic, jeopardizing his health. The emperor's paranoia also deepened as he grew increasingly obsessed with the idea of safeguarding his legacy. He ordered the construction of an elaborate mausoleum, which would become the site of the Terracotta Army. An astonishing collection of life-sized clay soldiers, horses, and chariots buried alongside him to protect him in the afterlife. The construction of the mausoleum was a monumental feat, requiring thousands of artisans and laborers who toiled for years to create this grand tribute to the emperor. The Terracotta Army, discovered in 1974, stands as a testament to the emperor's ambition and the artistry of the time. Each figure is unique, reflecting the diversity and complexity of the society that Qin Shi Huang sought to unify. The mausoleum itself, with its intricate design and vast scale, serves as a reminder of the emperor's desire for immortality and the extent to which he was willing to go to secure his legacy. As the years progressed, the weight of Qin Shi Huang's tyranny began to take its toll. His relentless pursuit of control and conformity alienated many of his subjects. The harsh laws and heavy taxation imposed to fund his ambitious projects bred resentment among the people. The emperor's health continued to decline, exacerbated by his obsession with finding the secret to eternal life. He became increasingly isolated, surrounded by sycophants who fed his paranoia rather than offering genuine counsel. In 210 BCE, Qin Shi Huang succumbed to illness during a tour of his empire. His death sent shockwaves through the nation, and the empire he had forged began to unravel almost immediately. The centralized authority he had established was challenged by local factions, and the oppressive measures he had enacted sparked widespread rebellion. Within just a few years, the Qin dynasty collapsed, giving way to the rise of the Han dynasty, which would usher in a new era of governance and cultural flourishing. The legacy of Qin Shi Huang is complex and multifaceted. On one hand, he is celebrated as the first emperor of a unified China, a visionary who laid the groundwork for a centralized state that would endure for millennia. His contributions to infrastructure, governance, and cultural standardization have left an indelible mark on Chinese civilization. The Great Wall, a symbol of strength, and the Terracotta Army, a testament to his ambition, continue to capture the imagination of people around the world. On the other hand, his reign is also remembered for its brutality and repression. The harsh measures he enacted, the suppression of dissent, and the cultural erasure of his opponents paint a darker picture of his legacy. The very methods he employed to secure his power ultimately sowed the seeds of his downfall, reminding us that the pursuit of absolute control often leads to instability and unrest. In the annals of history, Qin Shi Huang stands as a figure of contradictions, a conqueror and a tyrant, a visionary and a despot. His life story serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities of leadership and the enduring impact of one individual's ambitions on the course of history. The echoes of his reign resonate through the ages, shaping the identity of a nation and influencing the trajectory of civilization itself. As we reflect on his legacy, we are reminded that the stories of great leaders are often interwoven with the narratives of the people they govern. And in this intricate tapestry lies the essence of humanity's shared past.